Hey, what's going on YouTube? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Matt Thomas, your boy Royalty, and I'm bringing you a video. 10 o'clock in the morning right now, so whenever you're watching this, I hope you tune in. I hope you comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. I really couldn't sleep last night, as you guys know. For some reason, I've been waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning almost every single night. 4:30, 4:33, 4:35. I don't understand why I keep waking up at this time. Per se, the topic I want to talk about this morning is creating a bond over a title. When I think about life, life grows, life adapts. And from what I've seen is from past generations, we don't know if dinosaurs are real, dinosaurs is ever real, but everything has to adapt. They said before snakes had legs. They said before giraffes had short necks. They said over time, evolution, things evolved. So I'm thinking, I always say, like, that the love that's nowadays is not real. It's not like how it used to be. It's not the old school, Darnell Jones, Avant, the Kelly Rowlands, the Whitney Houston's, Deborah Cox type of love, right? And nowadays, it's like, how do you adapt to this new society? Now, I know a lot of times, as me dating or pursuing women, I was caught up in the fact of, like, I really don't care about no title. That was just me younger, and I was just like, I just don't want to hear a title because I guess if I was to step out, I didn't want to feel bad about me stepping out. It's like, well, we not really nothing. And as time went on, it's like 10 years, it's like 10 years later, I really think that titles do not have the same significance or hold the same value as it once did. I feel like creating a bond over the fact of a title matters more than anything right nowadays. Now, you guys can comment and say what you think and either agree or don't agree, It's open for discussion. But I genuinely think it's about the foundation that you build with somebody. I genuinely think it's about you guys knowing that you guys are good, what's understood doesn't have to be explained, and having a respect value there. A lot of people get this mixed up and messed up is because they start having requirements in a relationship or in a situationship or with the bond that they don't put that out there, and then they start having expectations without putting that out there, and they start having those type of attitudes towards that. I do feel like creating a bond, you're so focused on trying to keep it real, genuine, helping each other grow, build, that's what you're so focused on. Like, that's just like the sole focus. Nowadays, people care more about a title or care more about what it's looked like or perceived, rather than actually having a good foundation. It's like, do we really like each other? Do we have the same understandings, the same likes, the same things that we want? And I see a lot of people nowadays with titles but with no bond. I see a lot of people that are married nowadays with the marriage, but they're not really married. They wanted the wedding, but they didn't want the marriage. They want the relationship, but they don't want the problems that come with the relationship. Most people want these things, they don't want to fight for it. They just want the glamours, what it looks like on TV or, Netflix, Hulu, whatever. But they don't want to actually go through the struggle of making sure it stays real and stays the foundation that it needs to stay. Most people don't do that. And that's the crazy thing about it, is I genuinely think that a bond nowadays in this generation, in this society, is more valuable than a title. If I'm dating someone, I'm walking with someone, and the person asks me, like, who is this? I'm like, that's my lady. If that's my lady or if that's somebody I'm involved with, that's somebody I'm dealing with, that's my lady. And I would expect her to say the same towards me, like, that's my fella, that's my guy, like, whatever. If we haven't established that we're boyfriend and girlfriend or fiance or husband and wife. I just feel nowadays people are so caught up in the title aspect and that they lose sight of how do you actually build what a relationship or a title is. I do think some people do milk it. I do think some guys milk it and they choose not to be in a relationship because, it gives them the freedom to do what they want. And, they also use the saying, what's understood doesn't have to be explained, to, have fun out there. But I genuinely think that nowadays in this society, we have to evolve with the times. I think a lot of people don't have that Darnell Jones type of love, or that Kiki Wyatt, or like they don't have that type of love. I feel like things nowadays is just different. I feel like you just have to find a different niche for what you want for you. Um, I went from having such high standards, and when I look for in a female, I want her to look this way, this way, this way. I need this, this, this. So I was like, yeah, I just want consistency, honesty, and laughter. That's just really all I wanted. Like, when I start asking for these things, it's because reality humbled me. It's like, what you're asking for, you're not gonna actually really be able to get. So actually, pushing towards this and understanding this, I got the whole, concept out of my head is, was this gonna be my girlfriend or my wife? To be honest with you, I jump the gun every time. I start talking to a girl. I start a week, 2 weeks in. I'm like, could she be the one? Is this it for me? I jump the gun all the time. That's just the type of person I am. I'm always ahead of the curve because I'm just excited about the possibility. If you get a new source of income or you get some new money, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna be like, oh my God, can this be the money that takes me over the top to actually have more? And I really realized that in times that I've dated people and things of that nature, the title thing was pretty prevalent, but the foundation was chopped cheese. And I don't mean that in a good way. I think people were so concerned about how they were being perceived or what it actually was, actually then building what it needed to be controlled. One thing I can say is if a person can't talk to you, if a person can't vibe with you, if a person can't express themselves to you, that situation or relationship is going to be very short. Because how can you grow with somebody that you cannot speak with, that you cannot communicate with? Like, they might look good, they might be great, but that's going to be short-lived. I feel like creating a bond with a person is very, very important. It's very important. Because even when you see it, like people that are married that then are divorced or whatever, they can still come to their spouse with the hopefulness if it's a good divorce. Like, hey, I might need your help. I might need this. And that bond that was created throughout that time is something that they can hold on to forever. Now, if you throw little haymakers inside of it and, you do your little dirt and, you playing somebody, obviously, your foundation is going to be, put the shit. But I've been thinking about it. Like, I think the bond is more important than anything. I think how we build with one another, how we talk to one another, the conversations, the prayers, the investment to each other, I feel like that's pretty big. I feel like that's solely one of the things that people need to start focusing on nowadays. At least that's what I'm focusing on. And can't nobody kind of coerce me to thinking anything different. I don't care about, a title or anything like that. I want to make sure that you're really for me. I want to make sure that you really rock with me. And not that, I think you're doing this and I think you're doing that, so I'm going to do me. I don't have time for those games, And I don't think you should have time for that either. I feel like the foundation with someone is very important, very imperative. You have to stay consistent. And really know what you're getting yourself into. A bond over a title is something that is a strong foundation. I feel a lot of people that I say that are eager to find titles and eager to have that type of stature is of two things. One, they want to know what's going on between y'all before they tell somebody else to take them out. That's number one. Number two, it's comfortability and a sense of foundation, a sense of territorial. You know what I mean? Like they want to know that they're being claimed, that they're being honored, that they're being desired in such a way, and that's cool. That's cool. You guys can have that. You guys can do that. I don't know what it means for everybody. It could be different. Like I said, this is just my take on certain things. Would I want a girl calling me her boyfriend? Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, of course. I mean, Matt is my boyfriend. Yeah, of course. Matt is my fiance. Matt is my husband. Yeah, but I guess I don't get too caught up in the whole title thing. I don't get too caught up in it because I want to make sure, what we actually have, the actual significance of it, the substance, you know what I mean? The substance is actually something. Like, most people get caught up with the icing. Most people be like, oh, the icing is this, the icing is that. When people eat a cake, first thing they do is lick the icing and they say the cake is good. You actually haven't tasted the cake. You only taste the icing. You know what I mean? But if you eat too much icing, then you're actually going to get sick from eating too much icing because you haven't ate no substance. The actual sponge part of the cake is the actual substance. So you have to ask yourself, are you appeasing to someone because of the substance? Because after a while, the substance is gonna be gone. I mean, no, after a while, the icing is gonna be gone. The substance is gonna still be there. So if you don't have no substance, you're just eating icing, you're gonna get sick. So the same thing that attracted me to you will then make me sick from you. And I don't know, you guys see where I'm going with all of this and everything. But I do feel like a bond is bigger than a title. I feel like people are so caught up in and trying to figure out what they are rather than being what they are. So many people are caught up in trying to get to the bigger picture, that they're forgetting the journey that it takes to get to the bigger picture. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are taking from this video. You can agree or not agree. It's cool. Alright? I appreciate you guys. It's your boy Matt Thomas. It's your boy Royalty. Over and out.